right? We are waiting a bit for a few others to join. All right. Time is not on our side. I think we need to start straight away. Others will join us as soon as we begin. So if you can see my screen, can you please say I can? Can you chat I can? If you can view my screen, can you chat I can? Let's have like 2 responses to proceed, please, in the chat box. You can view my screen. Good, I can, Mr. Mohammed, thank you. I'm waiting for one more. I'm waiting for one more comments, then we'll move on. I can, thank you. So we can move on now. That's excellent. Okay, we've talked about Google Quiz. That's interesting. But I want to let you know that there are some other ones, some other online tools that came much more later after Google Quiz. And believe me, they are even more excellent than the Google Quiz we just talked about. How do they look like? What are their names? And that is what we discussed on that board. Kahoot, Kahoot, and then Quizizz. Sorry, I made a mistake here. That should be I. Quizizz is written like this. So that is I, not E. All right. So what do we know about Kahoot and what do we know about Quizizz? Now, please pay very good attention and changing directions now. If you want to access Kahoot, there are 2 ways to go about it. I think I need to write it down. I think it needs to be written down. Let me just take the note here for our view. Kahoot. There are 2 major sites I want to call your attention to about Kahoot. The first one is to register. If you need to register, the site you are going to is www.kahoot.com. I need it the other way around. Okay. If you are to register, your attention to be on www.kahoot.com to register. But if it is to play the game, because learners or students don't need to register to play the game, they will go to www.kahoot.it. Again, to register, registration is for tutor, person that will design the quiz or the game, and then to play, that is for the learners or your audience that will attempt it. Let me just tell you that Kahoot and Quizizz are 2 forms of what we call gamification in education. Gamification is forming a game out of, in an attempt to assess students, forming a game out of it. The process is called gamification. So like I said, Kahoot and the Quizizz are 2 forms of the gamification we are talking about. So let's go straight to the Kahoot. Like I said, to register, you go to www.kahoot.com. Kahoot.com. Can you see it's already popping up? Kahoot.com. Then you click on go. So you are waiting for it to respond to this network. Okay, now it comes. I hope you can see. As a first timer, you can't log in. A first timer, we have to sign up. So it's not about webinar. All of these we are seeing down here are not the problem here. It's not also about all of these ones down here. No, you don't need all of this. That same portion where they wrote login, you click on it, but you will need to register as a new user or sign up. So this is what we are talking about now. You can either click on this, the login here, or you click on the login up here. Either of the two is you are good to go. So log into your account. Okay, let's click on one of them and move on. Let's click on the one that is up here. Okay, I click on login. Coming up, here it comes. So now, because I already have my own details registered before, that's why it came this way. Let me try to see if I should log out so that you can see the interface. Okay, sign out. You see the interface it will bring if you are starting afresh. Okay, so if you are just starting, this is where it will take you to. If you have your details before, you log in. If you don't have, where do you go? You come to sign up using any of these. Instead of using your mail and password, I would strongly recommend you use your Google account, which is already on your phone. So you just click on it and it goes. And that's what I want to do now. I'll click on the Google account. So I click on it, and then it's bringing me here. So I will have to click the one I already have already on the phone before, and then it takes me there. So it's going to boot now and take me to my own page. I've been using it for some times, so it will take me to my page. So this is Kahoot. Now, you can create, you can view, you can go to the menu. Coming, responding slowly, sorry about that. Okay, well, to start with, it's still loading. Okay, to start with, these are some of the previous ones I have done. This is a Kahoot game for May 29, the one I designed for today. There are some other ones that I've used in the past. Even outside this, there are some I've done with some other accounts. So this is how it looks like when you just open. So you are not creating course. Instead, you are creating a game. So what do? You can go to menu or go to this plus here. I think it's easier that way. Go to this plus here and click on it. What happens when you click on it? It brings you two options. Are you creating a course or you are designing a Kahoot game? We are designing Kahoot game. It's a game. You soon know why it's a game. So I click on Kahoot. Immediately you click on it. Now that you've known Google Quiz, you should start seeing some similarities coming up. So you want to create a new Kahoot. That's what we are doing now. We are clicking on that, clicking on this. We are creating new Kahoot. You click on it, and then it opens. Look at it. It's well packaged with what exactly you need. You just click and edit, click and edit, click and edit. You may need to give it a name. Okay, let me take you back because you may not see where I clicked. Sorry. I clicked on this. to input the title of the form. If it's not having a title, you may have a problem bringing it back from the different libraries you might have created. You might have created so many libraries. So bringing it back might be an issue. Now, let me try to give it a title by clicking on that part that I just show you now. Okay, let me just call the title okay, May Seminar. Let me just call it May Seminar. Do you have some other description you want to put there? Okay, maybe you want to put date. Maybe you want to say May 29, 2022. You can put that there. Then if you are done with that, of course, click on done, meaning you are done. Okay, done. You see other settings you can do. Where do you want to save it to? By default setting is to be saved in the drive. Language is English. Do you want it to be visible to the public or you want it to be private? It's also your choice. I want it to be for the public. When you are done with everything, you click on done. I click on done, that's taking me back. So it has already saved it in the name I just put now, May Seminar. Take note. So now, I want to start typing my questions. The first one is the question number 1. But please, like I said previously, don't put a number because you also have the opportunity of shoveling the questions so that it won't be in a particular order. To prevent students from copying themselves, you can shovel the questions and even shovel the options. So for that reason, I won't advise you put numbers. If it's a Google form that you are trying to design, of course you can put number, no problem. I hope you know the format we use for Google Quiz is similar to that of Google Form. We only do not turn it to quiz, that's all. Every other thing will be the same. So now, and then it will not have points. Now, let's try to type some questions. Okay, let's say which of these is a mammal? This is a question. If you are finished typing, just click anywhere outside the box and you are off that place. It takes you elsewhere. Do you need to get a diagram to support that? Like I said, it's good if you have your diagram somewhere saved on your device, so you just import it, you upload it. The reason why I kept saying that is that this is free version, especially for Kahoot. You are limited. You can't have access to everything they give. They have premium and other versions that one can subscribe for. I've seen premium that costs like 1,000 plus per month. If you see a need for it, why not? You can go for it. And then it can give you opportunity to access so many students at a time. But this basic version we are using, this free version, has limited the number of learners to 50. So the moment 50 people respond, it will no longer take responses. So, but with other premium versions, you can have more numbers. We'll be seeing them later as we explore more, especially on our own. So now if you want to put picture, oh, I did that before saying it. Let me move back. Okay, not gone back. Oh. Sorry, I'm coming. Waiting for it to load. Oh, and let me see. Thank God I saved this, so I should be able to get it easily. I have to go back. Okay, let me move down and check. Oh, as if it did not save. Oh, what's happening? All right. If it did not save, no problem. Let's go back and repeat the exercise. I go on that plus at the right corner, top right corner. I click on it. I go to Kahoot, and then I go to create. Then I put the name. I label it as May Seminar. Let me just call it May Seminar 2 in case that one will still pop up later. May Seminar 2. The description, May 29, 2022. And then if you need to put a cover picture, you are permitted to put a cover picture by clicking on this if you want to, allowed, and then other ones remain that way. Now you click on done. Now we're typing the questions. The first question is what we're typing now. Let me see how many seconds make 1 hour. Can't do it. So the previous one they can't, maybe they can't get it. So how many seconds make 1 hour? That's the question. Okay. The first answer could be 60. Is it the correct answer? If it's not the correct answer, you leave it like that. If it is the correct answer, you have to click on this to check it, show it's correct. But it's not the correct answer, so I leave it like that. You click away, option add second answer. Click on add answer 2. What do I want to put there? I want to put 120. Is it the correct option? No. I leave it like that. I click away. Saves automatically. Don't forget that anything you do here is automatically saving. I add answer 3. Okay. I can have 3,600. Is that the correct answer? Yes. I click on correct. It marks it green to show you the correct answer. The fourth one, I need to add option 2. Okay, this is not correct. Can add anything. Can say 100. Okay, click on it. I click away. That is done. If you need to put images, please go to the plus there and add image. Kahoot will not allow you to use so many images. You can see something here. Can you see something here? One image left, one free image left. So they can only give you maximum of, I think, 2. So that is why it is better you browse your own image, the one you like, and use. So, okay, let's pick one of them, one of the images to at least use up the free image they've given us. So let's say I click on this. It will automatically load and make key into the question. I'm waiting for it to load. It will automatically load and key into the question. I will always advise you think of images that are relating to the question. I just do this roughly. They are very beautiful pictures and images, but you can get also if you try to use your Google. So, all right. That's the end of the first question. How do I add more questions? It's very clear the symbol is here. This is the symbol here. Symbol to add more. Once you click on it, it gives you room to ask another question. So let's go there. Click on it now. It wants to know the type of question I want to ask. The previous one we just did was quiz. So this one too could also be quiz or true or false. But take note of something. All these other ones you are seeing here, you don't have access to them. Those ones are for premium. Like I said, you need to pay for those ones. But why don't you explore the free versions first before even going to the premium? So let's go for quiz again, which gives us opportunity of picking 4 options. Okay, let's type another question. Let's say, which is a mama? Which is a mama? That's a question. It's just a simple question. Option 1, let's say shark. Not an answer. Option 2, let's say whale. That is the answer, so I mark it as correct. Option 1 did not upload very well, so I have to write it. Shark. Click away. Still struggling to load. We'll come back there. Option 3, let's have tilapia. Not correct, so I don't need to check that box. Having problems saving some of my options. And option 4, let's go for catfish. It's not also the answer. Having problem loading, I think that should be network. that is at play there. So I hope my network is still on. I hope you can hear me. I hope you can hear me. Please chat in the box if you can hear me. I'm suspecting network issues here. Please check. Just write I can. Good, good, good. Thank you. So the fault is maybe from them. So what is happening? It's not allowing me to type some other questions. I just type shark here. All right. Leave them with their own issues. Let's assume you've typed your answers and you are done. The next thing to do is to come up here and click on save. That's what we are doing next. When you've typed all your answers, you can type as many as 10 questions, it depends on you. You go there and click on save. So I click on save. You see, it's already telling me that there are some issues. One answer missing, I should fix. Okay, let's try to fix it if it's going to permit it. Because I don't know what made it not to add. It's meant to add the way it did in the first instance. Okay, it did not do, but of course it's safe. So the next thing is, once you've saved, it will take you to, I don't know why it's not adding. It's not, I don't know why. I don't know why it's not adding. All these ones you are seeing in stars, you can't use them. They are premium. They are locked. That's why we can't use all those pictures. So, I don't know. This one still refuses to. I don't know. This should be network. Let me try to see something. It's not even the answer anyway. Let me just see. Oh, yes, it has worked. So let's go to the next one. We say that one. Let's say tilapia. Tilapia. Did not work too. What's happening? Tilapia. I just tried to check it and then check it back. That was what made it work, but it's just by chance. But that it doesn't happen like that normally, please. Let's take note of that. And that's tilapia. And the last one, let's call it catfish. Catfish. Okay. All right. I don't want us to move further and further and further to save our time. Let's go straight to save. Then I click on save. Okay, it is saved. What is next? Kahoot is ready to play. How do we play it? You click on play now or share with others. If I play now is always good when you have other students in the class. When you are playing now is very interesting. If you have done it before, it's much more interesting than personal play. But I will still allow you to make to attempt the game personally right now. So that is it. If you have a Kahoot in a classroom that you want the whole of the class members to participate in, and all of them have their devices to log in, you will simply give them the privilege to go to the site I told you is used for playing, the one we call Kahoot.it. They will all log into Kahoot.it. Immediately they get to that site, it will ask for a name, even though they call it nickname, but you have to encourage them to write their full name or first name, depending on you. They call it nickname in the game because they want it to look like fun, so they call it nickname, but you tell them to write their real name. Then they will also need game pin because it's a game, like I told you, so they will need game pin. How do you get the game pin? It is you that have access to the game pin. You will soon see how to get the game pin, and then you give them. So they will enter the game pin. Immediately they enter the game pin, they start, and they are enjoying the game. So now, let's say we want to go to play now. Let's just try it. Go to play now. There are two ways to do it. You either go to virtual classrooms, which I just explained, when you have so many students in the class and everybody wants to do now, or you go to assign. If you go to, let's do the two. Let's do the two. Let's start with the first one. Remember, I told you the other one, which is Quizizz, is similar to Kahoot. If you can set Kahoot very well, you can set Quizizz very well. They are just very similar. So if you let me to plug the laptop, please. If you click on the virtual How does it look like? Let's go there. Click on it. Loading. So now there are two modes you have, classic mode or team mode. In the team mode, there are people in group that in that group, they are all sharing a particular device. But in the other one, the classic mode, each person have his own device. That's just the difference. So if we go to classic mode now, assuming everybody have their own device, what's next? It will then be waiting, and then it's loading game pin. What is it waiting for? It's waiting for number one, learner to join, number two, learner to join, number three, learner to join. As they are joining, it will be showing their names here. The same name they type as their nickname will be shown here. There are some sound I'm hearing now. You may not enjoy that sound, but by the time you are playing the game, you enjoy the sound. As the students are playing this game, it comes with some fantastic sound that will make the learning so interesting to them. So as they are joining, their numbers will be popping up here. One will pop up here with the name. One will pop up here with the name. One will pop up here in their numbers. At the end of the day, if you have the desired numbers you want, then the game is about to start. Now, I want you to pay attention to this information here. What's the information? They need to join by clicking on what? www.kahoot.it. I told you two things are needed. Their nickname, which I advise you, they should write their full name, then game pin. So that's the game pin there. Immediately you discover they are set in the class, you just click on start, or you give them the game pin. Immediately they all have the game pin, you click on start. So immediately you click on start, everybody will join. Now, I've clicked on start now. Okay, it's not working because nobody has joined yet. Let's do something. Please, let's all log in. I don't know. Let's have like 2 people that will log into this site. Let's try it now. So people should go to their Chrome and type kahoot.it. Let's have at least 2 people in the class to do it. Please type kahoot.it. If you've done that, it will ask you for your name. Write the name the way you want it to be. You can write your nickname. If you've done that, then this same game pin you are seeing here, you are going to write it there as your game pin. Let me copy it and put it in the chat box. Let's go to the chat box. I'm going to paste it there for us. Please, the 0 underneath is not part of it. I don't think it's part of it. Let me check. No, the 0 is not part of it, please. Let's take note. The 0 is not part of it. Let me just edit it and remove the 0. So that is the game pin. How do you get into the site? Don't forget, you go to kahoot.it. That's the first step. When you log into kahoot.it, then it will ask you for the game pin. So please, now I'm going back there, waiting for those that will join. I will see you if you join here. Good. Can you see? Bamidele Jacob has joined. Mohammed has joined. If I want to wait, I can wait for more to join. Maybe we should have one more person to join before we start. If you have a chance, you can allow everybody in the class to join. But let me give you very good instruction before you start. As you are waiting maybe for one more person to join, there is an instruction I want to give. If you are attempting it, it's expected that as a teacher, you are having access to maybe a smart board or a big board or a projector. Maybe you projected it. So your questions are there. You have access to the question. It's displayed on the board. The questions are displayed on the board. And the options are there too. Option A, option B, option C, and option D. They won't call it A, B, C, D. They will use different shapes. This could be triangle, this could be rectangle, this could be circle, and this could be rhombus. So they won't use A, B, C, D. And each of them come in different colors. For example, the triangle could be red, the circle could be green, the rectangle could be yellow, and then the rhombus could be blue. Please take note of what I'm trying to describe very well. On your device, you will not see the questions. The questions will be on my screen because now I'm functioning as a teacher, projecting it on the board in the class. So even the options will be on my screen. Yours is just to look at the correct option and click on the rhyming shape or color. If your own is square or yellow, you just click on it on your device because that is what you'll be seeing. Now you only be seeing your device. And you only be seeing the options, those symbols. You just see something like triangle, you will see rectangle, you will see circle, and then you will see rhombus. So you just click on the one that you think is the correct one from what you are reading on my own screen. I hope you understand. If the message is clear, then I think we can proceed. So I want to start. I click on start. You must finish before 0. Just click your answer. All right. Nobody got it. Nobody got it. Or maybe you don't know the button to press. I told you, you will only press either the color that corresponds to your answer or the shape that corresponds to your answer. Have you enjoyed something here? There is a pause each time we are playing this. You can see we've paused to discuss something that have gone wrong or to applaud people that have done so well. We have the privilege to do that in Kahoot. This privilege is not there in the other one, which is the Quizizz. Quizizz allow everybody to move at their own pace. If you finish before others, fine. But Kahoot will wait for the last person to finish before we proceed. All right, we have another question. Let's take note of this as we are attempting the second question. Let's go. I'm listening to some sound that you are not listening to. You may not hear. But by the time I send another one to you to play on your own, you understand better how the sounds look like. And you know how fun it can be. All right. This is somebody I've gotten the answer here. The person picked the blue, which is whale, and the person is right. The other person is not yet able to. And then I go to next. So it has another very fantastic stuff where it celebrates the winners. This is podium. You see, it has placed Mr. Mohammed as second, and there is special attention on the first. The first is Mr. Bamidele, the second is Mr. Mohammed. In a class where so many people attempted it, there will be a third. But because only 2 people attempted it now, there is no third. So this is how it goes when you are doing it in the class. As I'm listening to it now, I'm enjoying the melody that is following it. You may not, but by the time you do it yourself, or for students, you enjoy it better. Now, I want you to play the exact kind of game that I designed using the same Kahoot. I'm sending it now. to us. But another way of sending it to people is not by using what's it called? It's not by using um game pin. You can send it to people by clicking on it directly. By sharing the link rather. By sharing the link. I want to take you there and show you how to share the link. Sorry, I'm just trying to go back. I want to quickly show you how to share the link or even share it for you to play right now for the one I created for the class. Just like you have in the Google quiz, you can also import pictures here. It's allowed. It's allowed. So I'm going back. I want to go to my library and pick the one I've done before from there. Now, in the Google quiz, you remember that informations are saved in the Google Drive. Here, it's not saved in the Google Drive. It's rather saved on their own cloud. That's the Kahoot cloud. You can have access to them if you go to the cloud, to their website, if you log into their site. So these are some of the ones I've done before. Okay, this was the one I designed purposely for this class. This one here. And that's the one I want to share now. Let's see how we share it. The one we just did now, see it here. I don't want to share it again. So let's see how it goes. Okay, the assignment is already on, but I can still have access to it here. Anyway, let me go there. Let me just click on it. If you click on it, it will open just as you can see it here. You can either start and go back to the place we are just coming from, or you go to assign. So what I want to do now is the second method of sharing, which is not by game pin, by using link. So I'm going to go to assign. So I go to assign. You see, I already gave it permission to end in 3 days. So I will click on it. And then it has given me the link. This is the link. So I can copy it as URL. I'll copy the URL and paste it in the chat box now for us to attend. The same question we did the other time is what we are also doing here. So you just click on copy. Okay, it has copied. Then I go to where I want to paste it, now to our chat box. Then I just paste it there. So you help us to do it, please do it. And there are some fun there that I want you to learn and compare with Google Quiz. Those fun, you can't afford to miss it. So if you are present in this seminar, I will advise you just click on it. You don't need to install any application to play all these games we are talking about. Just click on it and you start playing the game. Please do that. And I want you to enjoy those sounds. So make sure you increase the volume of your headset or your phone. When you are done, you give me feedback before we proceed. We are rounding off already. How many class? So thank you so much. I've had feedback from Mr. Bamidele Jacob. He has finished it. Mr. Bamidele Jacob, can you unmute yourself, please, so that you can be part of the discussion? Can you tell us something briefly that you observed from the Kahoot compared to Google Quiz? Some extra things you observed when you played the game. Can you just share your idea or chat it in the chat box, either of the two? If you can say it or chat it in the chat box, I think we'll appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes, Mr. Bamdele Jacob, you are on. Please, you can speak. You can speak, sir. All right, let me check the chat box. All right, I think so far we've achieved a very good result. So another one that looks so much like that, we are not actually going to go deep into that, is Quizizz. I must assure you something, Quizizz and Kahoot bear a lot of resemblances. So you will be able to explore Quizizz on your own now that you've known how to use Kahoot. I will share another one I designed using Quizizz for us to attempt as take home. I will send the link. You attempt it as take home. But if you have any reason to chat on it, on this same particular class that we have, I will prefer you chat by inbox rather than the group chat, because there are some other things going on the platform. And if at the end of this training, you would like to exit yourself from the group, you are permitted. And if you would like to remain there, you are also permitted. It's an educator's portfolio where we share so many ideas on education. You have access to so many opportunities by being a member of the group. So you are, oh, okay, okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Bamidele. It's a very lovely comment. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So that is all about the Kahoot, but let me tell you something briefly about it before I leave Kahoot completely. Before I leave Kahoot completely, I want to tell you something about it. So you can also determine the report. You can find out the report of the performance in Kahoot. Having gotten to the game where we are right now, you come to the menu here. When you get there, you will see this pop up, and then this report is what you are interested in. The report will be comparable to what you got for the Google quiz. So I'm going to click on it now, and this is how it comes, the result. Which result do you want to click or generate? You can check and click which one. So that is how it goes. So you can come here now, for example, into this ellipsis, and this is what you see. Then you come to what? Download report. So it's going to give you the same kind of appearance you saw for Google Quiz. I'm clicking on it now. It gives me opportunity to download. Set it down. I prefer even Drive, so I'm saving Drive. You can change the location if you want. So I click on download, and of course it's downloading. It wants to download again. To download again. So it's downloaded. I can open it. And also send it to the group. But before I send it, I want us to look at how it appears also. Can you see? It gives summary of some of the attempts so far. Played on 29 May by who? Hosted by who? Ogidiolu Peter. How many people have played? Played with 4 players. Played 10 of 10. 10 questions, right? So total correct answers are how many? 62. These are overview. And that is what you can see here. Can you see overview here? Overview. Can view them. So, and then the list of questions attempted are here. Out of this, these are the scores that are there. So you can view all of these and use them for your assessment. You can equally go to the next tab, which is on final scores. You can check final scores. You click on the final scores. You also see the final scores. Ranking is there too. You want to know who is first, who is second, who is third, who is fourth among the 4 of them. Is there, and their total points. I want you to take note of something here. The number of questions they got correctly, the number of points they missed. And if you want to go to Kahoot summary, click Kahoot summary here. You can click on it. So you can explore it the way you want. You can check the number of questions they got right, the ones they got wrong. See all those ones in red are missed. Those ones in green are correct. Those ones in red are missed for each of the person that attempted it. Now, I want to leave you with a final note because we have already reached 8. We've even passed it a bit. I'm sorry for taking that time. But I want you to sound a very clear note here that you will need to take home. Very important. Okay. The first is, how did they come about this point? I thought somebody will be thinking about that. How did they come about this point? Well, those points are computer generated, but I can assure you that they are checking 2 things there. They are checking your speed of response, and they are checking accuracy of your answers. So those that, even if everybody get the answers, Those that finish it earlier will get more points than those that finish it late. So these are the two things they are checking out for in that in its giving point. So that is one thing I want you to know. Another thing I want you to know is if you are to compare all of them, I can assure you, you can use all of them are very good. You can use them, but you are restricted on Kahoot more than in many others. Kahoot has the greatest restriction. For example, it has restricted the number of players to 50. If you need to go beyond that, you have to go into premium. And then there's another one after Kahoot. We will not be able to talk about it because of time. We will not be able to explore it, but it's exactly similar to Kahoot. If you know how to operate Kahoot, then you can operate it. And that is the Quizizz. Quizizz have unlimited number of responses. So that makes Quizizz, and it behaves exactly like Kahoot. It also comes with its song. It comes with all other features that you are seeing in Kahoot. And then it has extra features that Kahoot do not have. Kahoot initially gave some of those features for free, but immediately they discovered they've gotten population and they want to monetize it, they withdrew some of the privilege. That left the number of privilege given to free users to be reduced. So that also gives them more, more people now decide to patronize them by paying more. So, but I will advise you to do what? To go for Quizizz if you have to make a choice between Kahoot and Quizizz. If your number of students are more, but the numbers are not more, if they are just less than 50, go for Kahoot. So, but the two of them are very nice. I'm going to share the sample design with Quizizz for you, and then you will be able to compare it with all others. With this, we are already ending the class. This is the time for questions. Please ask any question you would like to ask. Please ask now. Thank you. Unmute yourself and ask a question, please. You are free to go on and do that. Unmute yourself and ask questions, please. Unmute yourself and ask questions. Please feel free to ask anything. Some of us will learn from the questions you are going to ask. Thank you.
Okay. Good evening, house. Okay. My question goes this way. Is it possible for us to use this for every subject, or is that restricted for a particular subject, and it must be multiple choice questions?
I can hear you, please. You can go on. Go on. For what's it called? Okay, maybe you join us late. Am I right? You join us late, right? All right. There are different varieties of the questions there. If you can still see my screen, let me quickly take you to what we discussed under the Google quiz. Okay. Okay. This is Google quiz that I just opened. If you need to type a question, let's say I want to type another question now. Okay, sorry, I'm coming. I'm clicking on this plus, this symbol here to type another question. Let's say I want to type another question. If you click on it, it will allow you to type, and then it gave you options. Look at the options. Okay, coming. Okay. Look at where they wrote multiple choice. If you click on it, it gives you so many other options. There is option of short answer. There's option for paragraph. There's option for checkboxes, drop down, file upload. Maybe you want students to upload some of their projects, they can do that. Linear scale. All those options are available free for Google Doc. For Kahoot, not all are not free. Let's go to Kahoot very quickly and see something. Among all the options in the Kahoot, among all these options you are seeing here, only multiple choice questions and true or false questions are free for Kahoot. All other ones has to be paid for. Do you understand?
Yeah.
But for Quizizz, the third one I talked about, the Quizizz, You can use Quizizz for coming. Sorry, you can use Quizizz free of charge for all forms of questions. Quizizz can
Okay.
supply all those forms of questions. That's why I say Quizizz seems to be better than Kahoot. Kahoot is fine, but the restriction is much for free users. But Quizizz has a lot of free and more tools to use. But we can always vary and use different types at different points in time so that it won't be too compact. Sorry, it won't be too monotonous if we keep using a single method all the time. I hope I've answered that question.
Yes, sir. Very, very, very well. Thank you very much. God bless
Thank
you.
you so much, ma. I just sent an example of the one designed using Quizizz to the group again. You can still have access to it. You can, if you can't check it
Okay.
now because of MB, you can forward them to your Google and access them later. At the end of this particular class, I'm going to send the recorded version of this too. All
It's
right. Thank you
okay.
so much, ma'am.
Thank
We have
you.
more. We
God
need more
bless you.
questions, please, to check if we have fully understood what is happening here. Please, we need more questions from more members, please. More people that have attended the training, please ask more questions. Mr. Jacob, Mr. Bamdeli, do you have questions? If you think we are okay with it, then I think we can call it a day. We've already spent 15 minutes behind schedule. Sorry about that. Can we, or do you want to chat it? You are free to chat it even after dropping this group chat. You are free to chat it. Especially you can private chat if you don't want to make it, a group chat. You can private chat it. No problem. I will still respond to that. So thanks so much, Mr. Bamdeli, for being part of